Ubuntu, an African philosophy that resonates throughout the continent. It is a quality that transcends within an individual and is essential for one's being, especially within a community. A quality of interdependency, of humility, of unity, of community. It is grounded in the ethos that I am because we are, a term which is easily translated and identifiable throughout the continent.
Ubuntu for me, the basic concept for me means togetherness. That's the first thing I think when I hear the word Ubuntu. It's about how, as a being, I'm connected to others in a way that complements their efforts and my efforts. So it's about working together as a community of people, all for a common goal.
Ubuntu to me is all about humanity. We are all interdependent. I am because we are. So for me, it goes with the saying of it takes a village to raise a child. Umuntu umuntu ngabantu. Nobody exists in their own little cocoon. You are made from where you come from. You are what you are because of the people around you who are your support system. That is Ubuntu to me.
Ubuntu is the realization that my actions have a bearing not only on my well-being, but on those around me.
I think to me, Ubuntu talks to humility, talks to community, talks to treating each other the way we want to be treated, respecting each other as human beings. It's a way of life for us as Africans.
Ubuntu is community. Ubuntu is me and my sister and my brother. Ubuntu is being my neighbor's keeper. Ubuntu is knowing that the person next to me akaphili in a vacuum and I do not live in a vacuum. It means me standing up and looking at life beyond just me.
Ubuntu looks at and says, when you're an individual, ungumuntu, but when you are together, lingabantu, and what you form, what you share is Ubuntu. The values that you share as a culture, the well-being of the next person, the well-being of your neighbor, is what makes up Ubuntu.
The manner in which a person relates to others shows the presence of Ubuntu, or its absence thereof.
Ubuntu is a trait of humanity. When you have Ubuntu, you look at other people as equals to yourself. By this I mean you look at men at the same level as women. You look at blacks at the same level as other races. You look at people from different nationalities being equal to yours. People from different religions being equal to yours. That's what I see Ubuntu as.
Ubuntu for me is who we are. Esintwini umuntu omnyama, umuntu wesintwini is a person who has integrity, who has love, who has care. You know, our typical village setup where we siyahlangana, sithandane, sikhulisane, sibusisane is Ubuntu. Caring for a neighbor, a stranger most of the time. And it's what has kept us going as Africans, as Abantu, is what has kept us significant and different from the rest of the world. So for me, Ubuntu is that.
Ubuntu is that energy you find in yourself, that courage which you get in you to reach out to others.
It is a belief that a collectivization of human beings as people is a much better way to live in terms of helping and uplifting each other to survive in the communities and in the world in general. Now, the upliftment of human beings means you're helping each other, helping your neighbor, helping your friends, helping even the strangers out there in so many different terms. When we talk about helping, it's not always monetary, spiritually, motivating each other, taking care of each other in all aspects of life. Now that is Ubuntu.
To me, Ubuntu means selflessness, kindness, humanity towards others, sharing, compassion, love.
Ubuntu is unity, coming together as a community to support those that are in need. Ubuntu is going the extra mile to support another human being. Ubuntu is loving another human being. It's kindness. It's going the extra mile without expecting anything back. Ubuntu is unity, overlooking all differences and coming together as a community. Ubuntu is respect, giving another human being respect.
My take on Ubuntu is a deep-seated feeling that we are all born with, unless, of course, various circumstances take it out of us. But I believe every human being is born with, and that is a feeling of looking out for each other. As the Bible says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I think that best covers the concept of Ubuntu.
Ubuntu for me encompasses oneness, togetherness, culture, love, the ability as a people to come together and share moments, share joys, share sorrows, celebrate, mourn. That is Ubuntu for me. Just that connection, spiritual connection, cultural connection that we have between people as families, as friends, and as a people, as like a tribe, if you like.
Ubuntu for me represents the values of humanity, such as love, kindness, sharing, caring for one another. Ubuntu for me can also be who I am as a Black person, my tradition, my culture, the things I was taught from childhood, basically the intrinsic things that are within me that define me as a young cultured Black woman.
Ubuntu is being a human being with empathy, with a good heart to extend a hand when it's needed to your neighbors, to your communities, and even to your family members.
Ubuntu to me is an African term which describes humanity, love, peace among African brothers and sisters. Basically, it's the unity, the love, peace, compassion, empathy, sympathy towards a brother or sister who is an African, despite his color, race, tribe, creed, ethnicity, or religious beliefs. It is what keeps us together as Africans, and it's the love which will make me help out a brother from another mother, despite where we come from or whether we know each other.
Ubuntu is considering other people's feelings, other people's needs before your own. Ubuntu is behaving in a manner that considers the community, considers the feelings, beliefs, rituals, respects the cultures, the races.
What does Ubuntu mean to me? Interconnectedness, kindness, dignity, compassion, humanity.
Compassion, looking out for other people around me, and seeing how I can make other people's lives easier with what I have.
Culture plays a significant role in determining one's consciousness. The spirit of Ubuntu is enshrined in the way that we have been brought up, our culture, how we are taught to treat and respect others.
Ubuntu indlela thile yokuziphatha eveza inhlonipho. Ukuzihlonipha wena, ukuhlonipha abanye, uphila labo esigabeni.
Ubuntu ngathi it's humanity, indlela esiletha ngayo labanye abantu yibe ubuntu. That's why silama phrases athi umuntu ngabantu, ombe ngithi I am because we are. Nxa uwedwa umuntu uphila 1 self so. Ubuntu bakho vela bo. Fanele ukuthi ubuntu buyasenza thina sibe lokhu esiyikho khona, buyasiveza ubuyithi bethu. Ukubingelela abadala ibuntu. Thina isinto sethu hlangana nomuntu omdala umambelela. Ukuguqa konke kokuyana izinto eziveza ubuntu. La nxa usendaweni labadala uzehlise umuntu lobuntu uzehlisa kuye wonke umuntu omdala lomncane. Umuntu lobuntu akaziphakamise, akazimangalise. Umuntu ozothileyo. Yibo ubuntu bethu esikhuluma ngabo.
Ubuntu yikuphilisana lamanye abantu ngenhlonipho, ukuzwelana nabanye abantu, ukuthi abanye abantu bejabulile ujabula nabo, if ever basebunzimeni ukhala nabo. So umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu, ngoba besitsho ukuthi izandla ziyagezana. So yikubambisana ngenhlonipho, uphilisana kahle emphakathini.
Kimi Ubuntu can be described as, humanity, togetherness. Ukuphilisana kuhle emphakathini. So when we are talking about that, I'm reminded of, where lapha ngikhulele khona eKasi. It's like a beautiful, we are like one big family, Awunyeke ulala ungadlanga kulabo makhelwane. Like that can never happen. I remember something happened in our area some years back where there was a lady who was having troubles with India. I can do my kid won't afford tooth and nail to make sure that I got touched. And it's such things that I'm reminded of when we are talking about Ubuntu. Yimi Ubuntu ukuhlonipha, ubudlelwane lokuphilisana phakathi kwabantu. Whether it is that you stay in the same place, you work together, you go to church together, you interact. It doesn't apply it doesn't apply only to people you know. It applies to strangers as well, and probably more so to strangers. The respect element for me is the biggest one, and then ubudlelwane lokuphilisana, just looking out for one another regardless of race, color or creed. That is how I was raised by my grandmother, to believe in and to understand what Ubuntu is.
In Shona cultures, the word Ubuntu translates to huni, a term that similarly defines the past and encourages the future.
Ubuntu hunhu ndotsika nemagariro atakakura tichidzidziswa. Takakura tichidzidziswa kuti munhu unofanira kuremekedza munhu wose, angave mukuru kana muduku, zvisinei nemararamiro ake, mupfumi kana usiri mupfumi. Izvo ndizvo zvaita kuti tive tinoenderera neupenyu hwedu hwakarurama.
Hunhu kugarisana kwakanaka nevamwe vamunogara navo in your surroundings. Kubatsirana, kutaurirana, kubatirana pamwe chete, kunhamo, mukufara, nemune zvimwe zvinenge zvichida kuti zviitwe mukati mecommunity yamunogara nayo.
Our interconnectedness as Africans is cemented through the term Ubuntu. From Lesotho to Zambia, Rwanda to Botswana, Ubuntu runs deep in the veins of every African.
Motho ke motho ka batho. It means humanity. I am because of others. It means finding something deep within you to help others. Everybody has that good side to them. You just need to find it. Be it a small thing like lending a hand to elderly people, giving up your seat to a pregnant woman, giving money to your relatives. Anything really good that comes from not expecting anything. To me, that is Ubuntu.
Ubuntu. My understanding of Ubuntu is exactly the direct translation of Ubuntu in my home language. that motho ke motho ka batho, I am because of others. So it is my inborn African culture that I need to actually always be reaching out to help others. I need to always be going out of my way to see that someone else who's in distress get help. And then it is how actually I would say one completes the puzzle of one helping another.
Ubuntu means humanity. Living with one another in harmony, sharing with your neighbors, giving, caring for them. It really says Ubuntu. In South Soto, they usually refer as motho ke motho ka batho ba bang, o phele le batho ba bang.
In Rwanda, the word for Ubuntu is Ubuntu.
It is Ubuntu, means T is pronounced in Kinyarwanda like Ubuntu. It's not Ubuntu, it's Ubuntu.
Ubuntu is to be human. Ubuntu is to genuinely care about others. Ubuntu is to show kindness and to be generous to others. Ubuntu is to recognize the humanity of others.
In my mother tongue, or let me just say Zambia in particular, we have a phrase that we refer to as Ubuntu, togetherness. I'm pretty sure in other countries like South Africa as well, Swaziland, Zimbabwe, possibly Botswana as well, the word Ubuntu is often used. What is Ubuntu? In my opinion, Ubuntu is simply working together, having the spirit of Africanism, Pan-Africanism, where you get to do things in a certain way that you're caring for the next person. You could be of different tribes, but you are all resonating with one particular goal. You could be from a different country, but as long as you're African, you all converge at one point, and that is the spirit of Ubuntu. Ubuntu demands that when you see the next person suffering, as it were, you want to help them out because you care for them. That is Ubuntu. When you feel that the other person is incapacitated, they can't do anything meaningful to sustain themselves with a living, if you have more, you are able to extend that hand to them. That is Ubuntu. You meet somebody by the roadside and they're stranded, they need a lift. Okay? You want to help them because they're equally going the same direction as they are going to. That is Ubuntu. So basically, Ubuntu is a spirit of oneness, the aspect of being able to care for the other person and understanding that we are one in brotherly love and that God created all of us in one single image. That is Ubuntu.
Ubuntu is like a collective consciousness. It's the understanding that we are all one, that my well-being depends on your well-being and yours depends on mine. And that is true especially in a time of crisis.
Humanity is about caring and sharing. As human beings, we all have the potential to care and share.
Humanity means to me that we are all fundamentally the same, and it is love that brings us together, and that everybody should be treated with the respect and kindness that you would want to be treated with as well.
Well, humanity, I would describe it as being friendly, as being approachable, kind, being kind, to those that are in need, generous, share whatever you have or that you can afford, just being generous.
Ubuntu is an act of kindness towards another person without expecting any form of refund or repayment from them. It is when we are helping without any expectations in return.
Ubuntu to me would be being a people's person, showing compassion to the next person.
Ubuntu is caring, Ubuntu is loving people despite of the obvious differences.
Ubuntu ngabantu. We are who we are because of the people in our lives. A true selfless act. Always backs another, no doubt.
Archbishop Desmond Tutu described someone with Ubuntu as one who is open and available to others, affirming of others, not feeling threatened by others, one who has proper self-assurance that comes from knowing that he or she belongs in a greater whole and is diminished when others are tortured or oppressed or treated as if they are less than who they really are.
Ubuntu. Ubuntu. We are born to learn. Sizalelwe ukufunda njalo sibe ngabaqeqeshileyo. We are born to love and respect each other. Oh yes, we are born to create a better world through Ubuntu. We are born to respect our norms and values because of Ubuntu. The generation and the education of our humanity. Qaphela uziqhenye njalo uzigqaje ngoba ulobuntu. Surely if we have Ubuntu, our days will be prolonged. Abaqinisile abadala uma bethi umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu. I am because we are. That's Ubuntu. Success and the dreams achievement are part of Ubuntu. This kuqakathekile ngoba
In Shona cultures, the word Ubuntu translates to Hunu, a term that similarly defines the past and encourages the future.